Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. I am so excited to start something new today. I am going to be doing on Sundays productivity session Sundays. So that means that I've got my favorite homegirl on my side here. This is Jewel. She's going to introduce herself in a minute. But we are going to talk about business, be about business, and see about business. If y'all not about y'all business, go ahead and click off. So it's going to be super, super cool. I'm super excited. And let's get into it.
All of my hustlers, let's make some noise in the chat. We are back. It's yet another Sunday, y'all. It's time to spin that shit or plan that shit. Time to plan that shit. What's up, hustlers? All of my scamming ass, all of my boosting ass, all of my entrepreneurs, even my corporate baddies. I want to welcome y'all to the stream again. You know, it's your hustle coach, your HC, your favorite jewel that is streaming here. And you know, every Sunday we are recapping, we are planning. So I had to do it with the greatest to ever done it. Y'all, let's make some noise in the chat for Ali Wow. There we go. And the crowd goes, wow. Y'all already know what we're here to do. Get your legend journals out. Get your whiteboards out. Y'all already know how we giving it up this Sunday. I want order immediately. So make sure you got all of y'all's things. And welcome to the stream. All right, I'm gonna let them to get their shits together. I'm looking for my journal. I think my bag. You have 30 minutes, y'all. Let me see. I'm right here. Accessible. The planner's not in there. What the hell is my planner? Hey. No, to be accessible. Hold on, Chad. Let me get my planner. Okay. I feel like my week has been productive as well. I done got a couple of new TikTok shop samples to complete. I'm just waiting on some shipments to come through so I can do that. I also been streaming. Y'all been seeing me. I want to say y'all seen me Monday of this week, and that ain't even my typical recording day. But y'all saw me doing my trading video that you can see by the title. We gotta update the title, but I was streaming, trading live, learning some new analysis. So y'all got to see that this week. Um, we talked some stuff about last week, but I don't know if we want to get into last week. But this week, however, was a pretty good week. I can't complain. Cannot complain. I was like, Definitely, y'all. So, whenever you are ready, I need y'all to drop y'all's questions, drop y'all's goals in the chat, because this is what we do on Sunday. So, we're talking about goals. I need to get my planner. I want to say it's in my duffel bag when I was last being productive at my homegirl's house. So, let me get a BRB. Can I control my screen from here? Hold on, y'all. We still getting used to some shit. Let me see something. Can your community still see me? Ah, okay. That's a new software, y'all. BRBs, BRBs. I can hear you.
Can y'all hear me now? Have y'all not been able to hear me this whole time? Chat, tell me what's
Let me
up.
see, can I hear you from my bag? Chat.
Okay,
Say
let's
something
see.
now.
Okay,
Yeah, my stream, I can hear you.
you can hear me.
I can.
Okay. Well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Y'all chat if it's not working, let me know. Um, but yeah, to be intentional and to just really come back in a very heavy way. In a very heavy way and be able to
Mm,
make this money.
mm. No, definitely. I would say same with me. I've been playing some goals, but I need to execute all of the goals. I always have a goal or two that be lingering, them like lingering ones, and I'll be like that. So I want to be able to what I say we gonna do for this week. We do it all, and I just cherry pick because that just causing us delays. We could have been on to the next, and we just causing delays. So it is the top of August, I guess. Which one of your hustles? Because if y'all don't know Al, she keep it cute, but she does a lot. So I have to
Mm,
ask her which hustle are we talking about?
right,
Because
right.
it can go either way, depending on you know what I'm saying. So it's, it's August. Which baby are you picking up today?
Yes. Yes. So this month we are focusing on a full rebrand. So we're only focusing on two babies today. I am focusing on myself as the baby. As you can see at the bottom, I am Alendrea. That is who I am. And that's also my personal brand. So um being able to present myself in the best way possible as well as, be able to take advantage, still make my money, still doing everything that I want to do. Um, and then my second baby is, if you don't know, I am a bartender, licensed and insured. And so I have been working on, all right now, I have been working on
Yeah.
my second business, which is the Ruse Bartending. We do mobile bartending as well as pop up events and all of that good stuff. We have a couple of events already booked for August, and hoping to book more in September. So if you have a wedding, a grad party, hit me up.
Hit me up. I like that. For this month, I really want to work on UGC. Because I am an avid believer in like working on the shit that's gonna pay you some money, right? We want to hit in your bank account. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I want to focus on UGC. As you can see, when I did the brand deal with Dr. Leo, all of that stuff counts to put in my portfolio. So I'm working on UGC, getting some brand deals, and I also want to work on what is my other goal? Just influencing as a whole, being that creator, not only just with product, but being that it girl overall to build my audience. So that's what I'm working on. Just overall, so just so the chat can know some of my hustles. My 3 month goal, if I can remind y'all in the chat, was to lose 30 pounds, have 3 brand deals, and launch a commercial for another baby that you know of, Al, with
Okay.
the press.
Yup,
I want
yup,
to start mapping out the commercial for that because I haven't told the internet yet. They just know that they'll be watching me create something from start to finish. So
Not you're not hiding it
getting
from
that
the
out there. So,
world. You're hiding the world from it.
but the world, you know, shout out to Drake.
You
That's
know,
exactly what I'm on.
that's actually funny.
Did you have any goals that you make last week? Because I still
No,
got
so
some
that was the thing.
goals that I did accomplish.
So that was the thing. I did not do anything. So as you can see, y'all, if y'all are watching my stream, in my top corner, I have my August goals. So I have my streaming goals and I have my follower count, but I do not have actual business, personal, and professional goals. So that little box that you see right underneath it, those are what my goals are going to be for the personal, the professional, all of that good jazz. So that is what I'm here to do today is to make those goals.
Okay.
So let's get
Okay.
into
And
it.
then chat, if you was here with me last Sunday, my goals last Sunday was to clip the videos, clip from my stream last time I streamed with y'all. We did a whole brand deal that I recorded, did out right in front of you all. We have all of that to edit. Complete the brand deal in the Dr. Leo's. I've completed all of the videos. I was supposed to post them and didn't post them. So that's on me. And that was the only 2 things I had to do for the last week.
Okay. Well, I'm loving it
So
so
yeah,
far.
that's
I
what I had to
think
do. So
I think now we need to talk about wins and losses. So what worked last week and what didn't work last week?
I think being on stream holds me more accountable, at least deadline wise, because I am accountable to get these people their deliverables since they sent me their product. So we gonna do it regardless. But I think being on stream and actually filming the hustle and having those blips to cut out is what helped me be accountable. So I would say that was a win for at least me getting that video posted out and created on time. That was a win. A loss for me last week, I would say, is probably not just submitting all of the content because this brand liked my content. The Dr. Leo's from TikTok Shop, they liked my content, but they just like, girl, you keep us waiting. And I don't mean to keep the people waiting. I just be
Mm-hmm.
doing stuff. So that would say it would be a loss because at the end of the day, as hustlers, your name is everything. You know what I'm saying? What people associate you to, type of deal. So I want to do better with that this week and have stuff completed when needs to be completed. I would say those would be my wins and losses outside of TikTok Shop sending me new collaborations for TikTok Top Shop.
Okay, period. I would say one of my wins for last
Mm-hmm.
week is I finished my website. I finished my
Mm.
website. So you can now officially go to www.iamalendrea.com and you can see what businesses I have. You can see what I'm up to. You can see my
Mm.
credentials. If you want to be in my business, you can be at iamalendrea.com. So that was one of my biggest wins of last week. As a marketing professional, it's really important for me to be able to get my name out there and for me to have that credibility stacked up. And also because, as Jules said, I do a lot and I needed to keep all of the things that I did in one place.
Mm.
And this is a great way for me to be able to do that while also, showing off my
That,
little
yeah.
creative flair. So I did that. One of the
Mm.
losses that I had for last week is I wanted to stream last week. I wanted to stream, and unfortunately, my fatigue got a hold of me, and I got lazy, and I decided, oh, I'm not feeling good. I'm not gonna stream, and blah 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 blah. Um, it was a loss because I really did need to get on my stream. I really wanted to do my goals for August and be able to be up and coming and ready to
Mm.
go. But sometimes your physical health is more important. It is. So it's
Yeah,
a loss that I didn't get my goals done. But taking care of your mental and physical health is more important sometimes.
for sure. And I feel like as hustlers, we do be having to schedule that in there because you feel guilty when you use it when you're supposed to be doing something else, but it's just like, but goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say too, while we're making our goals for our hustles, let's also schedule that time to pamper, to cater, to rejudge. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody want to be hustling till they burnt out. Now they complete their goals, but they look raggedy while doing it. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I will be down to having a little bit of self care in our weekly goals too, just so we ain't forgetting about us.
You know, because I mean, as
You
this is
know.
this is the time. This is the time, if not any, to be able to take care of ourselves because we're the girls that can have it all anyway. So if I can have it all, if I
Yeah.
can have the business, if I can have the self care, if I can have everything, I'm definitely gonna take advantage of it. I am. All right. Well, cool. Let's get into these goals. Let's get into these goals. What
Let's
does
get
that
into
look
this.
like? Chat, y'all don't know what the goal for me is I like to play music. I'm a musical person. I like to have music that's going to positively influence me as I'm going through and making my goals. I like to get into the good mindset. So for me, I'm going to mute my mic for the moment and I'm going to play some music and I just really want to get into the mindset of um dreaming and figuring out what I want my goals to be. And I'll check in with y'all in about 5 minutes and go from there.
For sure. And then for sure. And chat from my end, we'll have a little tune playing as well. So we don't be drawing the chat while I get my thoughts and junk together. And we'll come back.
So let's go ahead and you're gonna see this be right back screen. I'm gonna throw the music on and I'll see y'all in a bit.
I'm so full of it, but I think I'm just fed up, baby. You think I can be so arrogant, but I'm just trying to keep my head up, baby. You think I procrastinate, baby, but I think I'm taking my time. You think you need to leave, but I think I disagree. But if you believe you'll do best without me, I'll let it go, girl, it's over. But before we say goodbye, let's give it a try. If you leave, then baby I'll leave. I'll let it go, girl, it's over. But I have no doubts we can work it out.
Yeah. I think you're so full of it. You just don't know when to let up, baby. I think you're so arrogant that you think you're so much better, baby. That I think it ain't healthy for me to judge you by your flaws, and that's why I know I could criticize, but I put that aside to focus on you and I. But if you believe you'll do best without me, then I'll let it go. It's over. But before we say goodbye, let's give it a try. If you leave, baby, I'll leave. I'll let it go, boy, it's over. But I have no doubt we can work it out, yeah.
Now if you wanna go, baby, then I'll let you go. And even though I'm trying to hold on, I can't if you don't.
Now if you need me, you're gonna miss me. And I'm not saying that I'll be here waiting.
Say this we here right now.
Instead of just walking out,
Let's work to reach the point I know that we could be. But if you believe
you'll do best
without me, I'll just go and just go.
It's over.
It's over.
Before we say goodbye,
Let's give it a try. If you leave, yeah, oh, then I'll leave, yeah. Let it go. It's over. No doubt that I can work it out, yeah. You'll do best without me.
If you want it to be over,
I'll let it go, girl. It's over. But before we say goodbye, let's give it a try. If you leave, then baby I'll leave. I'll let it go,
wanna hold
girl.
you.
It's
I'm here to
over.
hold you.
But I
just
have
wanna
no
love
doubts
you and
we
hold
can
you
work
by
it out, yeah.
It's okay.
Everybody just bounce, bounce. Check it out. Everybody just bounce, bounce.
Shake it off, 'cause the night ain't the same, and you keep on playing games like you know I'm here to stay. Shake it off, just like the cat on commercialized. Really gotta get up out of here and go somewhere. Shake it off, gotta make that move.
Yeah.
Find somebody who appreciates all the love I give. Boy, I gotta shake it off. Gotta do what's best for me, baby, and that means I gotta shake it off. By the time you get this message, it's gonna be too late. So don't bother paging me, 'cause I'll be on my way. See, I grabbed all my diamonds and clothes, just ask your mama, she knows. You're gonna miss me, baby. Hate to say I told you so. Well, at first I didn't know, but now it's clear to me. You never cheap with all your freaks and like impulsively. So I packed up my Louis Vuitton, jumped in your ride and took off. You'll never ever find a girl who loves you more than me. I gotta shake it off, cause the love it ain't the same, and you keep on playing games like you know I'm here to stay. I gotta shake it off, just like the Calgon commercial light. Really gotta get up out of here and go somewhere. I gotta shake it off, gotta make that move, find somebody who appreciates all the love I give. Boy, I gotta shake it off, gotta do what's best for me, baby, and that means I gotta shake it off. Watch this. Shake, 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 shake it off. Shake, 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 gotta shake it off.
Like,
Shake, 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 shake it off.
what it do?
Shake,
What it do?
shake, 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 shake.
MC.
Up and down about again of your dirty little deeds. With this one and that one by the pool, on the beach, in the streets where Joe was. Hold up, my phone's breaking up. I'ma hang up and call the machine right back. I gotta get this off of my mind. You wasn't worth my time, so I'm leaving you behind. Yeah, cause I need a real love in my life. Say this recording because I'm never coming back home. Baby, I'm gone. Don't you know I gotta shake you off? Cause the love it ain't the same, and you keep on playing games like you know I'm here to stay. Just like the Calgon commercial light. Really gotta get
All right, party people. I have taken the time to kind of go over my goals, and I'm ready to get started. So we are going to go ahead and give Jewel a few minutes to be able to finish up her things. So she's going to remain muted until she lets me know that she's ready. But do you guys have any goals for this week? What are you guys looking at? And then, when she comes back, then we'll be able to do it together. I realized that y'all couldn't really hear the music that well. That's my fault. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give that time too. So I will be back in a bit after this song.
Broke up with my girl last night, so I went to the club. Put on a fresh white suit and a mini coupe, sitting on dubs. I'm just looking for somebody to talk to and show me some love. If you know what I mean. Everybody jocking me as soon as I stepped in the spot. 200 bitches in the building, ain't none of them hot. Except for this pretty young thing that was working all the way at the top. Shouted, what is your name? Ooh, she made us drinks to drink. We drunk and got drunk, and man, I think she thinks I'm cool. She gave me a wink, I winked back, and then I think that we hit it on something proper. So I'm feeling all good inside. Feel like I put some brand new 24s on a brand new ride. Triple shot of Patron on the rocks with a little bit of lime. I'm just keeping it real. Baby still working at the club, so I'm getting in free. Wednesday night I'm on the list, T-Pain plus 3. Every time I hit the spot, baby girl taking care of me. How do you think I feel? Ooh, she made us six doing tricks, freeway burnt out. Got a passenger side that's empty, wanting it to be your spot. Put you on my billboard, we can act like the charts. I can end up on top. Don't smoke, don't drink, that's why I don't be by the bar, baby. Just looking at you from a distance, looking like a goddamn star, baby. So my girl don't see me T-Pain, can I get those keys to the car?
And we're back. It's a great time, y'all.
I can use the real
Let's
sound.
get into it. Period.
All right,
Let's see.
y'all. I can.
Okay. Had to turn my music down just a smidgy, little smidge.
Mm,
But yeah, let's get into it. So I created 5 goals of what I want to accomplish this week. I think that that would be really, really cool if I could accomplish it. And in my personal opinion, I want to get every single one of them done. So we're gonna try something
mm.
new that I haven't tried before, and put these goals on my background in real time. We're gonna see what I can do.
Mm.
Oh, okay, cool. I can. Sweet. All right. So, Jewel, you want to talk about your goals while I type all this in?
Can. All right, y'all. I uncoincidentally have 5 goals as well.
Period.
A lot of my goals, cause y'all know I teach y'all how to hustle mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually. So, in hindsight, all of my goals should encompass one of 4 of those things or all of those things. So spiritually, it's taken care of. I do go to my Sunday service. I do serve at church. So I'm gonna shout out to that and make a little sound for that.
Love
Thank
that.
you. So we do that. We do that well. Okay. So physically, my goal was to go to the gym just 3 times this week, whether that's walking for an hour, getting 10,000 steps in the day. We need to go to the gym at least 3 times this week because you can't be hustling out of breath. Don't nobody want no fat ass hustler. I ain't gonna say that.
Right.
But what I will say is you need stamina to keep the hustle going. So you can't be no out of them, okay? Um Next, I found another app that I can source brand deals from. It's called Incense. I just applied, and I'm in there. So now it's just about getting the ball rolling, getting my portfolio up, and applying and start getting it accepted. So I want to do that. And for my 5th and final goal, I want to get this Twitch calendar out the way. So I could have my calendar for for August and September. Like I tell you, this is the headquarters for hustlers. So I want to meet with more hustlers, telling y'all about their hustle. If you chose to get involved in a type of hustlery, right? This people making money, being productive is what I want to showcase. And that is my goals for this week. I want to kind of schedule them out down to what day I want them on. But for right now, those are my 5 goals that I'm holding myself accountable to for this week, y'all.
I love that. So, if you are watching my stream, you'll be able to see it on the left hand side. I now have my 5 goals up for this week, and that'll change every single week as we go through and do all of the things. So, don't mind my shorthand. I'm about to explain what the goals are. But that's what it's just going to be for the moment. So, I have written maybe 5 or 6 ebooks. now that I have my website, I would love to have an actual store where you can purchase said ebooks. I think that that would be really sweet to have. Um, and be able to put up there for people to purchase. You know what I mean? As a marketing professional in my industry, I want to be able to have those resources for the people who are just starting out, for the business owners who don't really know how to formulate their full businesses yet, to be able to do that. Next thing, I would like to create more content. I currently do not create as nearly as much content as I should be. And so it's really important for me to go ahead and get that content started. And that's one of the reasons why Jewel and I are very close, is because of the content tip. You know what I mean? We're able to bounce ideas off of each other and be able to get all of that, the good juices flowing, if you will. So
You know.
I would like to post at least 3 pieces of content this week. Streams. So streaming wise, you guys know that I already stream Power World. So I do Power World typically on Mondays and Tuesdays. Because we just started a brand new server, I have been streaming a little bit more often than not. But you can catch me. I want to be able to have a more consistent schedule when it comes to streaming Power World, just so that it's not, I'm not taken over by it. But we're going to do Power World as well as these Productivity Sunday streams. And then there is a new game that I just purchased that I'll be playing. Um, and hopefully we'll be able to stream that this week too. So I would like to do 3 streams this week. One with our Productivity Sundays. This is going to be counting my one, a Power World stream, as well as my new game. Last but not least, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. Pageant. Um, I am currently in a pageant. Yay! Which is super exciting. But as I'm going through, we need a sound effect. Yeah. All right now. So it is a big rich town. So as I'm going
Yeah.
through my pageant journey, I need to be able to solidify a lot of things before I take the stage in September. Um, so I want to get that all written out so that the pageant is all set to go. Last but not least, my hair. Y'all, I need to get my hair done. I don't care if I'm doing it myself. I don't care if I'm paying somebody to do it. I don't care if my friend is doing it. Um, I need to get my hair done. So hopefully next Sunday, y'all will see me with a fresh blowout.
With a new dude.
With a new dude, with a fresh blowout. I need something, child, because this ain't working for me not having my hair done. So those are my goals.
Okay. Those are some good ass goals, y'all.
We love it.
And then for all of my hustlers, let me see where y'all goals at in the chat. Y'all know we
Right.
talking about some goals. If you're watching me live, and I see y'all watching me live, I need to see some goals in the chat. Don't come in my chat and I have no goals. Okay.
Cause on
Okay.
my side, I'm having a couple of people pop in, a couple of people pop out. While you're in here, don't try and leave so that you can avoid putting your goals in. Okay? That's another thing. Don't leave and then come back in a minute. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Goalless.
We need your goals. Give me at least one goal that you are working on this week. So that we can go, and then we'll circle back to it. But I'm really excited for this next segment. This is gonna be like really, really good. So we want to talk about some hot topics. What is going on in the hustling world, in the business world, in the world, in the industries that we're working on that might be a little controversial.
Mm-hmm. Yes, chat. So I really wanted to start off the conversation because I always talk about hustling and jobs. And one of the questions, let me go back to it. I don't know if we want to talk about, well, let's talk about this. Is a 9 to 5 actually a hustle too?
Mm. Before we get into the question, shout out to April Studios for posting her goals. We love it.
Mm.
So we're gonna be ordering some stickers to sell next month. We're posting content this week on all socials. Daily budget workarounds. Those are some good goals. Those are some good goals. I love to see it.
All
I
right,
love to
now
see
she
it.
on their next.
Okay.
Ah,
We trying to get some money, and I'm down for that. I'm definitely down for that.
no, big down for
But
that.
to talk about if 9 to 5 is a hustle too, to me, a 9 to 5 has always been a hustle. You know what I mean? I think for me, with starting out as a corporate girly, well, I started out as an entrepreneur, but starting out as an entrepreneur, to me, whenever I got a job, it was a different income stream. You know what I mean? Like, it was another opportunity to make some money to get closer to the goal of me wanting to retire by 35. So being able
Mm-hmm.
to have additional revenue streams, whether it came from a job, whether it came from a side hustle, whether it came from
Mm-hmm.
me selling lemonade on the street corner, it
Mm-hmm.
that's just what it was for me. It was a means to be able to get one step closer there.
See, and I rock with that. I would say that for me, it depends on if you're in the career that you want. Because I understand sometimes you may want to be the CEO of this company and you have to climb the corporate ladder. That I feel like is a hustle within itself because you're climbing to your end result. Now, if you're somebody like me who's working a job until the hustle takes off, I don't really consider my 9 to 5 as a hustle because I mean it is a revenue stream, but it's not one that I could control necessarily. And for my hustles, the reason why I value them is it's something that because it's something that I can control. If I'm not doing the things, I don't get paid. Cool, but I just feel like working a 9 to 5 has too many liabilities for me. So I don't consider a 9 to 5 to be a hustler unless you're in the field where you're climbing up. Shout out to my little dog. If you're in the field of climbing the corporate ladder in a sense.
See,
I don't
I feel
know.
like that's interesting because then we have to define what a hustle is, right? Because a hustle sometimes is a
Mm-hmm.
means to an end. It's having to go work at McDonald's until you're able to open up your own business. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't necessarily have to involve, well, I'm coming into work, I hate it, but I'm gonna keep hustling until I've made the money that I need to make in order to open up my business, open up my ideas, do and pursue the things that I love.
Mm-hmm. I hear that. And when you say what is hustling, I feel like the simplest way I can determine what hustling is, I feel like hustling is an action word, but it's more so of a mindset because people can work a job, but they're not actively hustling in it. Like somebody who just worked their 40 hours and they're like, okay, cool, I gave all I've had to give. That's somebody just working. But I feel like somebody who's hustling has more of a strategy. One's more lackadaisical, one's more about steps and tiers. Where do I go here? That desire to want more and to be more. So I just feel like hustle is the act of productivity in the work, but I think it's a mindset because everybody could be a hustler, but everybody can't hustle at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's also the
Mm-hmm.
intentions behind it, right? So if I have the idea in my mind to be able to go and, all right, y'all, I'm about to sell all 100 bags of chips so that I can afford, this next thing. Some people just hustle just to get, something small. Or some people hustle to be able to make it a lifestyle. So I think that's also important to note too. At what point, is hustling just a short sprint, or at what point is it a forever lifestyle?
Mm. And I feel
Because
like since we're talking, Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna do a small pivot because I was gonna say, and with that, do you feel that everybody can be an entrepreneur? Can everybody be a hustler? Anybody can do it, but can everybody do it though?
I think that anybody could be a business owner. Anybody can own a business. You know what I mean? You can wake up tomorrow and own a business. You if you got the money for it, you could purchase it and that's it. But not everybody can be an entrepreneur. Not everybody can have a hustler's mindset. There's a difference to me. There's a difference between a hustler and having a hustling mindset. A hustler can be someone who just needs $25 for gas. But having a hustling mindset is you're getting it out the mud. You're getting it by any means necessary. There's nobody or nothing that can stop you at all. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what most entrepreneurs have. Most entrepreneurs feel in their soul, they feel a calling. Hey, I got to wake up
Mm-hmm.
today, and if I do not make this money, to me, my world's going to end. But to a business owner, they can buy a business, they can sell a business, they can transfer a business over and not care because they don't have that emotional pull or emotional stint in it. And it's not passionate. It's just business, which is
Mm-hmm.
not a problem, but I feel like
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurship just isn't cut out for everybody.
Yeah, I would agree, and I feel like we said, anybody can do it. I don't want our conversation to limit out who can and who can't, but it really, the actions of what it takes to be a hustler is going to limit you out because not everybody is willing to do. Some of y'all, I ain't gonna lie, be like microwavable kids.
Yep.
Like
What happened to the
if you
pop
don't get,
roast kids?
the crock pot kids, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
When shit get to like muster up and really build some shit. Nowadays, everybody's really like microwavable. They want the instant gratification, and I'm not gonna cap and say I don't want it too. But I do understand that it's gonna take a few L's before you get that W. And once you get that W, that's it. You know how people say
Exactly.
like for content creators, you're one video away. Truly you are. And it's going to change your life forever. But just being on topic, everybody don't have that stick it through. Life upsets you, and then you go off the wayside. And I'm not. What I want people to know is that within your seasons that happens. I think the difference between like a hustler and somebody who want the extra money is that hustlers, even though they fall down, they're going to get back up, dust themselves off, and keep trying to fight it through. Other people be
Yep.
like, oh shit, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for me, and I'm gonna quit and just do something else. That's not a hustler, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I think that
My humble
that's saying a lot too because not only are you able to determine these people, but that's how you build your friend groups. That's how you're building who you're hanging around and what you're doing because some people are literally just there for the money. And that's fine. Be there for the money. We can talk about certain things or talk around certain times. But when it comes to, for me, business is a lifestyle. It's the way that I've always been. When it came from selling brownies, at 6, I was selling brownies and selling lemonade. You know what I mean? And all the way through hustling cupcakes in high school, all the way to now where I have multiple businesses and I am working on all of them in order to grow them and to build them for them to be more than just me and what I'm doing. It's always been in me and it'll never not be in me.
It would never not be on me. My story is different but quite similar. For those of y'all that's not from Chicago, we call, y'all know it as elementary school, we know it as grammar school. So all throughout grammar school and high school, all of my faculty, teachers, staff, they always called me CEO. Oh, you're gonna be the CEO. I don't know if it was my personality because back in the day, I was selling little stuff. If it was some tater chips, I really got my big one in college because I was selling like the free T-shirts. I used to make origami AKs. Why am I making origamis AKs? I don't know. but I sold it. You know what I'm saying? People used to dare me. I bet you can't sell that, and I would do it. So for me, it's just kind of hard because like I can't turn it off, and it's hard for me to accept certain jobs because I already know I'm not gonna be here long, and I don't work like it. But sometimes I do kind of treat it like you on borrowed time with me.
Yeah.
So use me up while you can, but also know that I ain't your slave neither. So that really be my mindset behind the shit. But if we're talking about working and hustling, another question that I thought was thought provoking is, do you quit your job to follow your dreams, or do you build while you are employed?
I think both of those go hand in hand, right? Because when you are talking about being able to have stability coming in, it's regular money. You know that 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, you're going to get that paycheck, or every week, you're going to get that paycheck, and you will not have to bat an eyelash. You know it's going to come because you're going to go in and work your 40 hours. Um, I think for me, it gives you extra grit if you are able to do both. Not to say that you have to, but to be able to do both, it gives you extra grit because not only are you working a full 9 to 5, but you now have to switch your brain off and switch it back on to be able to now work on your business. And not everybody has the capabilities to do that. I think when you get to the point where your business can no longer focus or function or grow or build, and it requires for you to no longer be, I mean, to fully be in the business full time, that's the point where now you're not doing just a 9 to 5. You're doing a 9 to 5 plus a 5 to 9. You're on the clock 24/7, and that's just what it is. Um, I think there's a certain point for everything, but to me, working a 9 to 5 and working on your business, it gives you additional grit.
1 second, I'm doing a bit of back testing. The chat, how's your sound on your stream? Mine's is real choppy.
It could be internet.
Yeah, because I'm hearing the black play now, and it sounds like mumbo jumbo.
Uh oh.
Yeah, I just got
Chat,
a
why you didn't
text
keep your
saying that they
flip?
could. No, I just got a text, and they just said, "You hear how it sound?
No,
It's
I
just
can't.
really choppy."
We might have to end the
I don't know,
stream.
chat.
Oh no.
Hopefully, it's not glitching like that. 'Cause we're getting into some things.
No, we're literally getting into. I mean, if push comes to shove, we'll just have to upload it on YouTube, and y'all just gonna have to catch the YouTube conversation,
Mm, to catch the YouTube conversation.
to catch the
That's a piece of
replay.
content.
Yes,
Oh,
because at least for my stream,
yeah. Okay.
I am going to be posting this on YouTube as a replay.
Okay. I just hope I wonder what the record be sloppy too, because I can see it on the OBS screen and it's a little delayed Diana.
We'll see. I'm not sure.
Just giving delayed Diana.
Okay, the
So
stream is fine. My chat is saying that the stream is fine.
your chat saying that the stream is fine? Okay, cool.
Yep. So maybe it was just a little blip.
So um if you're part of the hustle camp, you already know my answer. I feel like you need to 100% work your job and work your hustle because it brings out a different level of productivity. For me, from what I've noticed, I don't like hustling out of scarcity, out of, fear of. You know what I'm saying? I think it helps you better plan, be organized. Because one thing, and I'm not the biggest fan of a job, but one thing I do understand that job gives you, it makes you more consistent. You got your same schedule, your routines, and make you really like utilize your time better because you already know 40 hours out the week already gone to the 9 to 5. You
Yep.
got 3 8 hour periods in the day, 1 8 hour you got to sleep. So what are you doing with the rest of the 8 hours of your free time? When I feel like you're hustling without a job, I feel like you burn out quicker because you're just putting everything you got in it. And at this point, a little schema tree gonna have to be involved unless you don't got no bills. Because I know my rent is $1,600. I gotta do both. I'm gonna be
Hello.
homeless. Okay, so for y'all out there now, if we're talking spirituality, if you feel like you're being led to jump and leave, you better know what
Jump.
your bottom dollar
What
that
it's gonna
God
look
gonna
like.
be a fence. Okay.
And I feel like at the end of the day, when you bring in spirituality, that's a whole different conversation, right? Because God having a plan and you following that plan and you looking at your finances, sometimes whatever your finances currently are, it don't matter because God already has that plan and he is going to springboard you, push you forward and be able to do everything that you need to do without you looking at your current financial situation. So I feel like that's the conversation with God, but to be able to still have your feelings about it, I feel like it's grief. Like to be able to lose that stable paycheck to now go to instability, that's scary. That's very scary. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people aren't able to make that type of transition. So you do have to do the mental work behind it to be able to think about it, to be able to say, am I ready? Am I ready? I do have a comment that's talking about the conversation. So April is saying, I feel it's possible if you have the right 9 to 5 to be able to have the career. For me, I think it's possible to have a 9 to 5 that is suitable for anyone that has the flexibility to be able to work around on your business that's not going to burn you out at the end of the day. And for me, that's the reason why I like being a creative because with my creativity, I am going to be able to create, to build, to grow, to do whatever I want and use the timeline that I want. And I'm not constrained within that 40 hours a week. Like I might have 2 or 3 creative projects going, but I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
be concerned or be nervous or be worried about, oh, is she doing this or is she doing that? Or I have to watch her to make sure that she's completing all of her tasks at the day. I got my I got my projects. I do my projects within the time frame that I set for myself and I can
Mm-hmm.
still sleep at the end of the day.
Yeah, man, hustlers there, and let me see if I can drop down a play. Um, if you was on my stream, when was this, Monday or Tuesday? I talked about this live, and I talked about the importance of having a job. What we're talking about. I think when it comes, because of your comment, made me think about the type of jobs that we are working while actively working on our hustle. We're not talking about no goddamn hobbies. We're talking about real hustles that we want to really, and we're putting money in, we're investing, we're doing the whole 9 yards with, right? Cool. Stay with me. Now, if y'all got kids, you probably can't rock with me. I don't got none. What JT said, I don't gotta go as hard.
Mm-mm.
Stay with me, right? I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, your rent needs to be 1/3 of your either your net or your gross, or whatever, just 1/3, right?" And for me, as a college educated woman, hold on, as a
Not a
phenomenal
flagrant
black
black
woman,
woman, please.
all right, it is hard for me to get a job that would allow my rent to be 1/3 of my income.
Right.
So I thought about it. I was asking Chad. I do use Chat GPT, and I was like, Chad, okay, cool. I probably can't find the job that's gonna pay me $30 an hour, $29 an hour. However, could I work two laid back jobs with the whatever type of $20 an hour, $25 an hour, $18 an hour that make up the income to where my rent is one third. And that's what I've been looking into because I feel like it's harder for me to find one job that's gonna pay me rather than finding two different jobs that can equal up and pay me as well. So what are the jobs that I'm looking at?
Mm.
Security. I ain't trying to do too much. I want to do a couple laps. They were also hiring at the dispensary. I'm scanning your IDs. I'm not the bud tender. I'm not counting out grams. But for me, I feel like maybe working two jobs may be the ways because at the end of the day, if I'm working paycheck to paycheck and I'm tired, I can't really put my all into my hustles because I'm working because my 9 to 5 has me in the chokehold. Now the argument may be, well, Joy, you're working two jobs. Will that take away from your time? My thing is that you can't get no serious ass job. Like back when I was working corrections, that was too serious. I wasn't able to be on my phone. I had to have it in the office. Just the nature of corrections, dealing with them badass kids. Mentally, I was fucked when I got home. So I didn't want to do stuff. However, when I was doing, what was I doing? One time I was working a call center in the morning and eyeglass roll in the evening. At that call center, I probably didn't have access to my phone, but I could plan out different things. While I was in the eyeglass world, I could be on my phone. I could edit. That's gonna help me with my goals because I ain't doing too much and I can edit and do my things. I would say for y'all that's out here hustling, y'all can try to see if you can work two laid back jobs that can give you the income that you want, but it's not so strenuous to where you can't hide your phone. You can't sneak a little bit of your hustle time within the jobs. So I try to find jobs that allow me to do that because all the thing I have to do now is show up on stream because I've already edited my content while I was at work watching the cameras.
And
My
I'm not
mindset.
gonna lie, I think that brings in another good topic of conversation, only because I have experience with it, is, should you be doing work on somebody else's clock? Um, I have actually gotten fired from a corporate job because I was working on my hustles at the job.
Mhm.
Now I know that it's a little different in the corporate spaces versus like retail spaces, or more laid back jobs, but for a
Mhm.
corporate girl, that is a big no no. You are not supposed to be, because they monitor that. Like they're literally looking at your browser history on your computer to see what are they doing, what are they scrolling on, what are they clicking on, what does this look like. They're literally
Mhm.
monitoring you every bit of your day to make sure that not only
Mhm.
you're productive, but you're focused on the work at hand. You know what I mean? They're not about to give you
Mhm.
technology for you to use the technology on your own, on your own personal things.
Mhm.
Whatever you do after the 5 has passed in your 9 to 5, that's on you. But during that
Mhm.
work day, it's difficult. So I feel like, as a corporate person who has, well, not has to, but who typically works a 9 to 5 schedule, it's super
Mhm.
important to be able to read. Reading is so important, because if you are not reading the social media rules, if you are not reading their policies, you can easily get caught up. And now, not only are you out of your hustle and you're forced to do your hustle full time, but now
Right.
you don't got no job either. Like it's definitely interesting to see what industries you can kind of go that are more laid back, that you're able to do both and you're able to work towards both.
I'm not gonna lie, I would say outside of corrections because I do feel like because I feel like you ain't no real creative unless you done got five for creating. Okay, you ain't no real content creator unless you done got five for creating content. Okay,
Okay, now.
so I done learned the lesson a couple of times, but I'm the hustle coach. I'm a hot girl, and I'm gonna figure it the fuck out. I would say most jobs that I had, I was able to finesse. Let me tell you what jobs I've had where I was able to finesse. right? When I said I was working the eyeglass world, easily finessable. If ain't nobody in there, what we really doing? You know what I'm saying? I even recorded content. Now I'm not gonna go out and say this, but I did it because most times I get what I want, right? So I even made content at the establishment. They didn't care as long as the work getting done. Corrections, that's a no. I won't even play around with correction. That's too much of a serious job to pay on the people good times, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
what else have I worked? I did a call center. The call center was a little bit harder because you're on the phone, but while I was there, I would create posts and just like save them so that way that I could just schedule them out. Busy admin back office work, I would say I was doing there. I've had a bunch of jobs, y'all. It be coming to a blank how much I've done. But more times than not, I noticed that when I'm doing like little like lackadaisical jobs, I can somehow double dip in some shape, form of fashion.
Right.
And I'm hoping that this season I can get around to doing the same thing as well because I do believe that you got to double dip unless you're
You
just
have
gonna do a
to.
full 8 hours as your hustle and then come home and do a separate 8 hours on your business versus the 9 to 5. But even if it's down to admin where y'all could be creating captions, um
Doing
statuses that you can be making, like,
ebooks.
things that you can do while on your job that'll help you at least do the back end of your hustle. But I would say
Yeah.
get y'all a
And I
job.
feel like I would even suggest carrying around a notebook. Like, let's say you can't have your phone, but you got your little notebook and you're able to, ooh, that was a really, like, you see you had a really bad interaction with a customer that walked in the store, and you like, you know what, this would be a great piece of content. You write that down in your notebook. And so as you're
Yeah.
recording and as you're doing those things, you now have an entire idea bank of what to do, how to do it, and where you can implement it. So it's less work for you when you're coming home and doing your 5 to 9 for you to go and to do it.
Definitely. Because I would say, even, cause like I said, I'm a sneak it in. Even when you mentioned that at the JDC, I carried around my journal. And sometimes I would, while I'm watching the kids, I would script what I wanted to say. I would come up with hooks, or I would come up with the content that I was going to batch create on my off day. So just, all of these little bit of inklings while you're at your job helps, and they add up to where when it's your time, productivity is at a max. You're not scrambling, you're not preparing for the productivity. You're ready for the session completely. So
Yeah.
I would say, going back to our question, it is important that you hustle while you're being employed. And I would even go a step further and say, depending on the job, some job have pensions. Utilize that stuff. While y'all are getting benefits. Like, for me, one of my goals is, while I'm working these jobs, before I go fully entrepreneur, I want to work on my smile. I want to work on my way. Any healthcare, any FSA, HSA, because once you jump off the deep end, entrepreneurship don't got no healthcare. You just got to purchase that shit on
No,
your own.
unless you are paying
You
for
know
it.
what I'm saying?
Unless you're paying for it. You literally have
You're right. You got
to.
to
You're
purchase that shit on your own.
responsible for every single penny and every single dime. I feel like that's important. But that's the reason, to make it full circle. That's the reason why we have productivity session Sundays. So that we can have everything planned, have an idea. You see the goals that we have both created this stream. And you guys see what we're gonna do. We literally are going to check in every single week, but this gives us a jumping point to jump off and to be able to create these things, as well as holding each other accountable of what actually gets done and what actually doesn't get done. If I say that for my ebooks, hey, this was a way bigger task than I thought it was going to be, I actually need to calm myself down a little bit and not make that large of a task. I'm able to now monitor how much is actually working, how much of this work is a little too much, or if I put too much on my plate, like, I can monitor that now and have a record of it.
And definitely, I would say, with us streaming, y'all, I would hate for y'all to watch us become millionaires and you don't become one yourself.
And you're telling me that you just gonna join, like you just gonna watch the journey, but not join alongside of it. Literally, we
You know what I'm
had an
saying?
entire 15-20 minute session where we were getting our minds right and being able to make our goals and come to the table with goals. You're telling me you didn't take that same exact time? You went and got a snack. You went to the bathroom to wait for the stream to start back, but you didn't sit down and make goals for yourself. We literally
Because
had
in
people
reality,
in both chats make their goals.
yeah. And this ain't for entertainment. I ain't Cedric. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Harvey. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Hughley. You know, this shit is for productivity. Then yes, we got the personality to keep y'all niggas entertained, but that ain't our job, and we ain't your slave. Okay, you should be actively working with us. Like, come with your goals. Even if you, I don't give a damn if you don't come in. I would rather you could just watch and give your subs, and that'll do me just fine. But
Hello.
the reason why we're sharing our this is vulnerable stuff. We're telling y'all our highs and our lows, and y'all are watching it for your own commentary. But what do you think 6 months from now where we're going to be? A year from now where we're going to be? And I guess my biggest fear for you all is that you come in, you're in and out, you get a kiki here, you get a think piece here, you may feel motivated in this space, but you're not taking that along with you. And now you're watching us, and we didn't came up, and you still where you at.
Yep.
That'd be my biggest heart feel for you all.
And I would
So,
hate to see that.
like, I would hate to see it, because it didn't have to be. You have the motivation because one thing on being a business owner taught me is that, like, you got to be around that fire. And the reason why me and Ali are so tough is because we produce that fire within each other. You know what I'm saying? You all may not be, because outside of Al and maybe a couple other homegirls, I don't have a bunch of entrepreneurial friends. And to have people in this space is important because they get it. Your entrepreneurial friends may tell you, oh, we'll just get a job, or oh, just do this, that, and the third. But you need people who have the same visions. They understand where you're coming from. Your delusion really ain't delusion for real. We're just trying to figure out how the big money scheme gonna flow. And you all are privy to having this within us. So comment, chat, even outside of Twitch, hit up my IG, hit up my TikTok. We do this shit for real. I'm pretty sure. Do you have a Discord?
I do have a, oh well, I don't have a Discord channel, but you can always hit me
Okay.
up. I'm building
Right.
that community.
Okay. And I want to say I have my Discord chat. So if I do, I can link it wherever so y'all could join that too. But these are all spaces to where we're being each other's cheerleader. Your family not gonna give you that. Some of your homegirls may not give you that. The people around you think you're batshit crazy. Just keep doing what you're doing. But here we see each other and we understand you. So make sure you come to the live. For me, it's Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Hmm.
For you, Al, or do you have now your days on when you want to go live?
I don't have my full schedule yet, but the goal is to do Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Okay. Have your post notifications on. So anytime you upload, because I might upload on a random Monday, Tuesday, just so y'all can see what the hell I'm doing at that point in time. We're going to get into IRL. You know what I'm saying? This channel is only going to grow. So be down for the come up, y'all, for
You
real.
know, and that's what it
You
is.
know.
So thank you so much. I think we're gonna cap it here. This is a
Mhm.
really good conversation. Really good conversation. Also, y'all know some of these platforms don't like us to talk too long. Um, and so if I'm trying to post it on other channels, they might have some length issues. Um, but yeah, we will be here Sundays at 9 p.m. As y'all rub y'all feet together and get ready for y'all work day. Tune in. Just see what we're working on. Hopefully y'all are working on y'all hustles as we are working on ours. But it's just that appreciation of being able to be productive with someone, have that accountability partner, and to just really grow, because it literally only goes and grows from here. So for
We
us
do.
to be sitting here right in front of y'all faces, to be able to create something and to be able to build something, this is the time, this is the place, this is the space, this is the energy that y'all should really be taking advantage of while you still can. Because
That's deep.
soon it might not be free. Hello.
Okay.
So, for me personally, thank you so much for joining this stream. I really appreciate y'all. I love you so much. Follow me on all platforms as you can see at the bottom. Follow the journey on all of my platforms at I am Alendrea. I am so excited to talk business, to grow, to build, and to keep a fire under my own ass as I am on this journey to retire.
Mm.
So yeah, I will. I'll see y'all next week.
I see y'all next week in chat before I go. I want you to know that you could be anything you put your fucking mind to, okay? I want you to know that you could be bigger than anybody's program, anybody's ceiling, but I can't believe more than you believe in yourself. Make a promise to yourself to change your life because your life can and will be changed, but you have to make that first step. I love you. God loves you. Until then, chat, keep hustling.